Hey, what's up? It's Valar. Hope everybody's doing awesome. Thank you so much for checking out the video today. So today I'm actually going to do just a little bit of talking about Starlord because now I don't actually want to come out and say you need to farm this legendary first or that legendary first because I actually believe all of them kind of have some uses. That's just my opinion, right? And I'm looking at the game like, yes, you want to be prepared to do the best stuff you can as far as being prepared for certain game modes, but I actually sort of feel like I uh, I actually want people to have fun too and actually just work on stuff you like. But the way I look at legendaries is it sort of depends on when you start the game if you're new. Because I started in a time where they were giving Minerva away for free. So you got a free Minerva in July just for logging in every day. And I think I only have her at like 2 stars, so which is you can only open her out of an orb anyway. So having her actually period is actually amazing. And I haven't really worked her up as much as I should just yet, and I'm going to actually work her up because she is an amazing character, has long-term viability in like even Dark Dimension 3 and all kind of things like that. But we're not going to talk about her. We're going to talk about legendaries today, which you can just filter and look at like what legendaries are available. And I'll give you kind of where I'm at right now on my legendaries. Right now, all the time, Iron Man's available actually, and he's considered a legendary, but he is not a like recurring event or anything. He's just permanently available. But the legendaries that you have to farm teams to get certain legendaries, and Star Lord is the one that requires his actual full team to work with. Now, what I was saying before about what legendary to work on first, I feel like it kind of depends when you start the game. Since they come around every 3 months, Starlord just stopped. If you were starting now, I would actually try to focus on Starlord. In my opinion, you want to unlock and work with all these legendaries. Maybe, Nick Fury is the one that is kind of like meh at the time, really. He's like, yeah, he's okay. And Iron Man, like, whatever. Like, you just get him, whatever. Neither one of them are like make or break, but all the other legendaries have real good value. And for me, I've actually had a hell of a lot of fun playing with Star Lord. So I think I said in my previous video, Guardians of the Galaxy are actually like I love the team. I love all the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I've actually read a bunch of Guardians of the Galaxy comics, so I know about like the differences and everything as well. Not a ton, but I did read this stuff when Drax is actually much different looking than he is in this game and than he is in the movies and all that. He's what purple or something, or actually he's kind of greenish, but whatever. So the Star Lord though, and I probably over invested him a little bit on his T4s, but I'm fine with that for right now. And I want to get him up to tier 13 or tier 13, so I can use him in Dark Dimension 2. I was able to get my Guardians team to 6 star first, so I got a 6 star Star Lord. I did actually purchase a pack to get 100 shards extra. I think it was like $25. I highly recommend those packs because the time it takes to actually farm up stars in this game is actually very, very long. You don't get a whole lot of shards very, very quickly. So, but to make up for that, things are completely viable. Like Minerva's viable at 2 star. Uh, things are all these legendaries are completely viable at 5 star. It's almost like the gear matters more than just the star level. Stars do matter, so don't get me wrong. But I feel like there's much more than any other game I've played. At low star levels, these characters still actually have a big, big impact. So my plan right now, what I'm doing, is Star Lord. The next one, Invisible Woman, comes out on Monday, I want to say, and I'm recording this Saturday night. So happy belated Halloween if you had fun or whatever. And Invisible Woman comes out Monday. I'll be able to get a 5 star Invisible Woman. I won't be able to quite get a 6 star with her. By the time Shuri rolls around, I should be able to get her actually close to 6 star because I'll probably have the Sinister Six 6 star. But damn, in the other video I had that problem too. I can't say Sinister Six properly. Sinister Six. All right. And then actually Magneto should be coming out in his rotation as well. So what I was saying there is like, let's say Shuri and Invisible Woman. Invisible Woman's coming out this week. So it actually is a good idea. Starlord has already come out that you might want to actually focus on getting one of them first as opposed to Starlord. They actually do have a little bit more value than he does. But anyway, I still think he has value, and I just find him quite fun to play. So Elemental Gun is his actual basic ability. Attacks primary target for 310% damage. Chain to 1 to 2 adjacent targets for 250 damage. Counterattack breaks the chain. Nothing spectacular there, and I don't know. I probably really should not have wasted the T4s on that. So don't do that. I just kind of did. It was like, oh yeah, the damage, like a jackass, really. So it's all it does is provide extra damage. I will say the Guardians are not some blaster team. Rocket is amazing. He provides a ton of damage. He's a great blaster. But the rest of the team doesn't really pump out that much damage, actually. So even Starlord himself, it's not worth the extra T4s for the damage. It doesn't do enough. And then this clever distraction, ability. Grant 2 ability energy to random adjacent allies. Apply blind to primary target and an additional random target. And this ability is unavoidable. Now, if you T4 it's a 50% chance to apply blind to a third random target. So half the time you're going to get 3 blinds as opposed to 2 blinds. That could be useful, but I don't think it's worth you investing your T4s because these are actually very rare, and you can see how much one upgrade takes, right? So, but this ability is pretty damn sick. So you put him next to Rocket. You put Rocket next to him, and it can feed Rocket the energy. So Rocket's blast, it does do a ton of damage. You can get that to go off a whole bunch of times, which is just pretty fun, actually. I do have to admit, seeing Rocket with a machine gun and Groot just carrying him and he just blazes it all over the place is actually kind of fun as far as like an ability in a game. And then if I'm like playing on my phone, I have my headphones on, the whole machine gun sound effect, I actually love it. I got to admit, I do love the it's pretty funny. All right, so attack primary target. This is his elemental blast. Attack primary target for 480% damage. Gain an assist from a guardian ally. Always gain an additional assist from a random ally. It's actually a 3-hitter. This is actually a very useful ability. So I found sometimes when you go in, I don't necessarily feed the energy right away, and I'm not sure that's the best thing to do or not yet. Other than I'm new and I'm not the best player at the game. I'm just having fun. That's it. Right? So, but with this ability, it's actually pretty cool because it'll actually make 3 people on the team hit. You could literally just nuke someone down with this. It's not that big of a nuke, but it actually could potentially kill the targets if you're faster than the other team that you have trouble with. Like if there's a Mr. Sinister on the team or something, or if there's a Minerva on the other team and you can just get rid of Minerva with this, actually. So it's actually kind of cool. You can kind of get rid of it with a couple of the other ones too, with how Rocket works. But anyway, the way with this one, Elemental Blast, is a kind of fun ability there. And then Improvisation, I did T4 this, and this is actually one that I probably would say go ahead and T4 for him. I mean, it's up to you what you want to do, but I'm using him in raids. I use him a lot. I pretty much use him everywhere right now. My best team is Guardians. They do fall off. They're not like Dark Dimension 3, but they're a good, solid value team, and they are a good team to work on for beginners. There's several options. My opinion is work on the team that you're going to have the most fun with, actually. There's teams that provide you more value in higher game modes and everything, too. But you know what? This is a journey. Have fun with the journey. Don't worry about being the first person to get there. Yeah, have a plan, all that stuff, right? But do what's fun for you. For me, Guardians was fun, right? My Defenders, I don't work on them at all because I really don't give a crap about Defenders. And I probably won't work on them much. I would recommend going to unlock Legendaries first as your main goal in this game. So that's what I'm farming on, is how do I unlock as many Legendaries as possible, just a 5-star. I can go back and 6 and 7-star them later. I just want to get the unlocks on them and then work on teams as I do it. But the nice thing about Starlord, too, is you work on the Guardians, and obviously he's the one Legendary that you have farmed his team to get him. You replace Gamora or whoever wherever you were using there. But I replaced Gamora and put him in. Anyway, the generating 1-2 ability energy for adjacent allies is really good. Gives an extra little bit of energy on turn. 50% chance to generate 1-2 ability energy for adjacent allies. Plus generate 1-2 ability energy to Guardian allies. So whenever he does a turn, he not just his ability, but he's actually putting out energy as well. So his ability puts out energy, plus this puts out energy, which is actually lowering the cooldowns, giving people ability energy so they can actually trigger their abilities off more. It's actually pretty sick. I guess they call him the battery. I think it's pretty cool. And then they have this extra thing: Guardian allies gain 30% damage, Guardian allies gain 20% speed. The speed's great. Maybe for Rocket, the damage is actually huge. However, nobody else really does that much damage. It's not that big of a deal. The speed is always good, of course, though, right? So I would recommend go ahead and T4 that, the improvisation. You don't have to, but I do think it'll provide you value, and it's decent to me, in my opinion. Do what you want though, but I would do it. Just my opinion. And then Starlord is actually really fun. I want to see if we can actually take him. We'll do a Blitz battle with Starlord too. So I'm actually going to go in Blitz here and purposely lose here in a second. So I'll just go in with one of these crappy teams that I've got going on here. I've got to work on this a lot because I'm a new player, and most of my, I think I have 3 teams, maybe 4, 3 teams that are actually making up most of my player power right now. So this is something that's hard to kind of get used to when you're a new player, is that you actually have to focus on a much wider roster in this game than any game I've ever played, because you need so many teams like to complete in Blitz. You need a ton of Blitz teams. The more Blitz teams you have, the easier it is to farm points, the easier it is to get whatever event that is, because Blitz is a central game mode in this. To be honest, I know it's like a point of contention, and I do wish there was a way to auto it. But I think Blitz is actually a pretty good value in the fact that you get all kind of currency to farm other characters. You get orbs and stuff too, which can open characters plus gold. You get the actual event that's going on, like for Venom right now. You get all this whatever red stars. I'm usually wound up in 11 to 25%. Like I can do about 2 million-ish of Blitz. That's with grinding a decent amount of Blitz. I mean, I'm not just constantly sitting at it, but I do come in every couple hours and try to get, as many teams in as I possibly can to do it. Anyway, and this is actually the way you want to set the team up too. So Starlord next to Rocket, so they can feed the energy into Rocket. And then I have Mantis here. Mantis isn't that necessary, I guess I would say, but I mean, I run a full Guardians team right now. Groot and Drax on the other end, sort of like to break up any chain attacks and get taunts and everything too. So that's the way I would set it up if I were you with the positioning. And then let's actually see. We'll see. We'll just see. We'll just go with this team here. So we'll actually battle this team. Like I probably would want to. I'll manual it for a second because I just want to show the what Starlord does, but I would just click auto because it's a Blitz, right? But I would just wanted to, I like to actually play the game a little bit when I make videos sometimes too, because I mean I'm fun and I talk a lot, but hey, let's actually the real stars of the show are the characters in the game. That's what we're all here for, right? So anyway, now this is actually pretty cool. I'll put it on 3 speed. So we put this middle ability here. Maybe we get enough damage to kill. We do not. But now we will, because what I was talking about before, I'm not going to feed the energy back just yet. But if I do this here ability, this, I don't even remember what it's called. But boom, we didn't even need the actual. Let's actually stun him. So we'll stun him. I'm just going to actually auto it right now. No. Actually, the reason I'm not autoing is I just want to actually more showcase Starlord is the only reason I'm not hitting auto. Okay, so because I didn't hit the ability energy, if I hit the ability energy, he'll be able to do his blast right now. But I got rid of Thor, so if you're manualing it, you can take your pick, right? This would be more important in an arena battle. You wanted to get rid of a single target. But then you would have to wait a little bit to do this. But if that single target was one, like, to be honest, the way Thor works right now is strong built Thors, I actually have a difficult time with sometimes because he can just pump out so much damage that he just wrecks your team actually. So, which is actually quite fun. So, quite fun if you have Thor and you're building Thor. All right, so I can only do that right now anyway. But now what's cool is I'm going to hit this ability. It's going to blind 2 targets. Plus, it's going to feed the energy off the Rocket. Now, I don't know if I need to feed the energy yet, just because the way I saw that. I'm going to do it just because, whatever, for the video's sake. But that might have been a wasted feed too, only because I believe his ability was going to be hitting for. He only needed 1 energy, and just on his next turn left anyway, I believe he was going to have enough to do that ability. So it doesn't really matter that I did that right there. It might have been better to wait till right after this and then feed him the energy if I was manualing it, really kind of micromanaging everything. But in Blitz, you don't do that, right? The main thing in Blitz is all these teams you want to actually just auto for you because you got to blitz so damn much. But in Arena and things like that, Arena, you do want to actually have some little bit of control, I feel like. You want to go in and you want to actually, I prefer to manual things. And actually, I prefer to manual raid battles too. Blitz, auto all day, freaking long, right? But Dark Dimension, well, no, Dark Dimension is so long. God, I don't know. I'm only doing Dark Dimension 1 right now, but it seems like a long battle because they're got such high health on those nodes. But anyway, I meant in a raid or in Arena. I kind of like to manual them just because they're just more fun to do it that way. And to be honest, coming from raid where you hit auto on everything and never manual a damn thing, like you don't actually play the game. That's what, you know. So, and I feel like I kind of want to have that play and learn the strategy and war as well too. So that's gonna be it. I'm gonna leave it at that. You know, I'm gonna say that as far as Legendary Showcase goes, Starlord is great. He's very good. I would highly recommend going after him. I would say get him no matter what at some point. He is a good first legendary to target. He rolls around every 3 months, like most legendaries roll around every 3 months. But kind of what I was talking about before, you could potentially make him a little bit further down the line. He is better as an early game legendary. U6 is really the Guardian Shining U6 actually. So U6 actually the Guardian team where you have Rocket being fed there and you're just blasting all these nodes down. You go through a lane pretty damn sexily easily. I will say they fall off in U7. They can do a node or so for you, but you need specific, more different teams than just like the one team for it. So anyway, I'm going to end it there. I am going to say I would recommend going after this hip thrusting, sexy ass beast. So anyway, I mean, look at the channel. Nah, I'm just kidding. So anyway, please do me a favor. Please like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing more Marvel Strike Force content. A lot more here in November. So if you're a raid player and you want to play, there's a BlueStacks link in the description below. Go ahead and hit the BlueStacks link. I do get a little bit of a affiliate promotion from BlueStacks, so thank you. It does help out the channel. It doesn't cost you anything though as well. And then also, please subscribe to the channel. I need this thing to grow, and I want to have a nice, good base. I do right now, but I'd like to actually target by this time next year. I want to have like 10,000 subs by the end of 2021. So that's my goal for the end of 2021. If we can get to 3,000 subs in 2 months for the end of 2020 here, that would be wonderful. It would be amazing. Anyway, I thank everybody that's actually subbed to the channel. Everybody that's been along with me. I've got a lot of regulars from Raid, and you guys know who you are. I thank you so much. I will always try to respond to every comment as well. So if anybody wants to talk about, hey, I'm not thinking correct. If you're a Marvel Strike Force player and you have more experience than I do, please comment below and let me know what I'm actually doing wrong or like what I wasn't thinking clearly about right here, so I can actually look. I'm someone who admits I'm not the best player out there. I'm one who likes to just have fun and engage with the community. Pretty much it. It's that simple. So I'm going to end right there. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe.